Front page of Marca saying that El United no aflojo con Pogba, Shaq.
Oh, what's that mean, Dan?
Which means that United won't soften on Pogba regarding his transfer fee. They want 200 million euros for the World Cup winner. This is what Solskjaer had to say about his one-away midfielder. I've not been upset by anything he said because we've had many conversations and I know exactly what Paul is thinking. I can give him a new challenge. I've said many times about Paul that he's a top boy and a great player, and he's never, ever been a problem. And I said, if he's in your squad, you'd build your team around him, and I haven't changed that much since then, so I would say the same. Now, let's start, shall we, in England, with Ian Darke. Ian, what's the feeling around Manchester United fans about Paul Pogba?
Well, I think it's a bit of a mystery at the moment because here you've got a player who went public saying, I think it might be time for a new challenge. His agent, Mino Raiola, has basically said the same thing. It looks like they've been hankering for that move to Real Madrid. And now you've got the Manchester United manager saying, well, everything's hunky-dory. I've spoken to him and he wants to stay, apparently. There's even been talk that he might be the captain next season. So it's all a bit strange. There was even talk, you might remember, of Pogba not even getting on the plane for this tour to Australia. He did in the end, and he's going to play. But what was the evidence, really, of last season? He didn't really come off. He was pretty high maintenance. They couldn't build the team around him. So the suggestion might be that Pogba, while he is a world-class talent, is he a world-class talent when he's surrounded by top players like he was at Juventus, like he was with France in winning the World Cup? Can he do the job of being the torchbearer, which is what Manchester United need him to be?
What would you do, Ian, if you were Ed Woodward?
I think I would bite the bullet and take the money and sell him and use that money to rebuild the team because major surgery is needed at Manchester United. This is a club who finished 32 points off the top of the table. They were as near to the top as they were to Cardiff City, who were relegated.
Solskjaer's saying all the right things, Shaq. This is a headache he really does not need.
No, he doesn't. And he needs it to be sorted sooner rather than later, especially with days ticking away to the close of the transfer window and any potential business kind of dissipating as that happens. But at the same time, if I'm Ed Woodward, and I agree with Ian, if I'm trying to sell Paul Pogba, I'm saying to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, say exactly those things.
Right.
If any interested club, be it Real Madrid or Juventus or PSG or whoever else we choose to link with the player, are truly interested, I don't want them believing that I'm a motivated seller, that they can get him on the cheap. Because, as Ian rightly points out, Paul Pogba in a good team is worth every bit of the money that they're asking for him. That's the player that Juventus had. The trouble is, Paul player in a poor team that you're trying to build a team around is not, and not worth anything near what Manchester United paid for him.